Alright, where is this thing at? There we go. I guess that's fine. Alright, so Effect Andromeda. Oh, some of you probably don't know this, but 2 is one of my favorite games of all time as Jin. So when Mass Effect Andromeda came out, I was what they're gonna do with it. I know that it was gonna go into and seeing. I'm just gonna walk around in this one little area. I'm not gonna do too much. So, and this is what I think of it so far. So, for one, the biggest difference between this game and the other games is, as you can see, it's a lot more open world. So that comes with some problems. Now, the things that I'm gonna complain about is probably stuff that doesn't affect the average gamer. Now, when it comes to it being open world, it's a lot more visual. The older games were more linear, so what that meant is that, you know, even though a lot of people said, oh, it makes it too easy, too simple, stuff like that. But for me, it made it easier for me because I was able to master the game, figure out where was what and stuff like that a lot quicker. So the fact that it's more open world makes it, you know, a lot longer. Like I have to travel a lot longer. You have this ATV thing that you drive around in, so which means that I died. You know, which means that you ride around in this big giant area. Now I've only done the first world so far, so I'm sure that it's other worlds are gonna be now the combat. I do like the combat. You can dash and stuff like that. You know, with it being open world, you can do a lot more. The only issue is that the menus, and this is one of the biggest problems, is that the menus are so confusing. Like, I don't know what this research and development thing is. I don't know, you know, what's what, where's what. It's just so confusing. It was so much more simpler, you know, in the older games. In fact, I actually had to go ahead and look up a video on how to, I think I'm supposed to deactivate it. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I was, I had to watch a video on how to actually customize your outfit, you know, in terms of colors and stuff like that, because I didn't know where to go. It was so confusing. I didn't know where anything was. So, I didn't get it. Now, in terms of the story, I mean, it's cool. It's different. You're not fighting a war. You're looking for a home. So, when you first get to the Nexus, which is this game's version of the Citadel, you know, there's not much. You can't really buy much. You know, it makes sense. But, you know, as the game grows on, I'm sure it'll get a little better. Now, one thing that you're noticing is that the little orange dot, that's the destination that you're supposed to go. The biggest issue that I have with this game is the map. Now, me being visually impaired, it's so important for any game to get the map right. And if they can't get the map right, then the game isn't going to be right. So, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much of this game I'm gonna be able to do. Because, for example, you go over here, you know, towards the orange dot, and the next thing you know, it disappears. I don't like this type of map that's in games. This is kind of like in Batman, but, you know, the Batman Arkham games did it a lot better. So you're going towards here, and then next thing you know, it just disappears. Like, boom, it's gone. So, I don't know. I don't know if you go here, or maybe this is it right here. I don't know. Maybe it is it.
Two components
maybe. Oh, okay. I guess I did.
Let's head to Site 2's research station and see what good they do.
But this game is just so much different. It doesn't feel like Mass Effect. That's the thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just don't know. I'm just so early into the game. It could be. It'll probably grow on me. I do like the whole exploration thing. It's starting to get a little better now that I'm starting to understand. You know, the outfits and stuff like that. I just got this outfit yesterday. You know, it's pretty cool and stuff. I know a lot of people complain about the graphics and the animation. And turning the graphics itself, they're pretty damn good. I mean, at least for my standards. Now, because I didn't go with the default character creations, I'm not getting those weird character faces that everybody else is getting. So I don't know. I think it was just a situation where the game had such high expectations, and we saw the trailers, and you know, people noticed the issues, and they just took it and ran with it. So I think that's what it'll come down to, is, you know, it was just a situation where people just took advantage of one little thing and blew it out of proportion. Now, I don't think that, you know, the game looks amazing. Sure, the game could look better. I mean, it should look better, but it does look pretty good. So I'm not gonna complain about the graphics too much. So overall, I think for first impressions, I'm not blown away. I'm not as into the game as I was with the previous trilogy. I think I just died. I'm not as into it as I was before with the previous trilogy. It's just so different. Your new cast and crew, they're just weird. I noticed that I accidentally started hitting on some of them, and it wasn't even on purpose. Like, for example, the Asari that's your that works the medical staff. I literally asked her a question. Hey, you want to talk like over dinner and stuff? And she thought that I was hitting on her. Like, you ask someone like that in real life, like, I don't think that's necessarily hitting on them. I mean, I don't see what's the big deal. So it's just weird. So I think overall the game will grow on me a little bit. But so far, it's all right. The combat's good for the most part, but the menus is just too frustrating. The map is the #1 issue, and I also noticed that you just don't get as much money as you usually do. But honestly, you can't really complain about that. You can't really complain about that. Yeah, it's pretty. You're pretty versatile already. So you know, you run around here. You might run into these enemies, and then you get to scan them. And then this scanning thing, that's one of the biggest things about this game, is you get to scan things now. So again, it's kind of like Batman, but all that means is that I'll be spending a lot more time scanning rather than talking and fighting. So it kind of makes the game a lot longer than what it probably is. Now, what we'll be interested in is to see, is this game just as long as the older ones, despite it being open world, despite it being more of an exploration type game rather than a action game. So that's it for me. So those were my impressions. You probably won't get a review because based off of how you're seeing I'm playing, I'm still getting used to it. It's just so different. I do like the whole journal thing. You can You know, you can select your own missions and figure out what you want to do. But some of them are confusing though. But you know, it's not too bad. So, WrestleMania is today. Let's see what happens then. Leave a comment what you think about Mass Effect, and let me know what y'all want to see at the in the channel. So I'll catch you guys later.